Hi again, everybody. Okay, welcome to this episode of Targeting the Youth. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and this is the video on the channel. If you're new to the channel or haven't seen one of these yet, is I discuss the players on the team 25 years old and younger. And today we're going to talk about, that's the man, the other man, Owen Power. All right, guys. Our jolly giant. What are we going to do with Owen Power? Because he needs a contract too. It doesn't mean he has to get it this year. He might not get signed, right? He might not get signed this summer. He just might not. But I think there's two reasons we have to try and lock him in very soon. One of them is the Rasmus Dahlin rumors, the 10.5. Let's get that official. And then we know we can go after Owen Power next and talk to him about where he sees himself for the next 10 years of his life, or 8 years of his life. So let's take a look though, guys. I want to show you something because, and the other reason is this right here, actually. I'll just show you the clip. And Jake Sanderson today, guys, was locked in, or yesterday, whenever they locked him, I think it was yesterday, they locked him in a little over $8 million a year for 8 years. 1 year under his belt, 4 goals, 28 assists, and a -6, and he lands a monster deal. And if you take a look at Owen Power's numbers, here they come. 4 goals, 31 assists, 35 points, and he's a +10. A team leading +10, I believe. So we have to really make up our minds here what we're going to do, because I hate to say it, Ottawa overpaid. I get why they locked him, though. I do. They're paying him for potential. Kid looks like a stud. He looks like he's going to be a really good guy in Ottawa. It looks like he's a good fit in Ottawa. It looks like a lot of good things in Ottawa with Jake Sanderson, no doubt. Owen Power is a higher end prospect, okay? And I'm not saying it because I'm a Sabres fan and being a homie, but I'm saying it because I'm a Sabres fan and I'm a homie. Owen Power, we would not trade for Jake Sanderson, right? This guy can't be making more. This is the problem with teams that are paying potential long term, because you have to pay potential if you're going to lock somebody in 8 years. You don't have a choice. We're going to look at some numbers here, okay? I clipped it. I'm going to try to show it to you guys together. Actually, I can. What I should do is screenshot it so I have it after. All right, here we go, guys. Let's take a look. Okay, on the top, you see Sanderson's numbers. Okay, there it is. The 4 goals, 28 assists, 32 points, -6. There's, and I wouldn't bother with the year before. I would just look at last year's numbers, and then you see Power 4 goals, 31 assists, 35 points. Very similar numbers. Far right, the blocks much higher for Sanderson. And the hits higher for Sanderson. Takeaways, giveaways, about the same. I mean, it's pretty similar. A few more, yes, there's a few more takeaways for Sanderson. Sanderson impressed, folks. I will say it. He did impress, but so did Owen Power. I mean, look at the Calder voting. He went 6th, and Owen Power went 3rd. You know, there's a lot we can look at that's positive on both ends. These are both very good young defensemen for each respective team. And one thing I should mention here, guys, is Owen Power, though, a lot more points 5-on-5 than Sanderson. Sanderson had even goals. He had 2 goals, and he had 13 assists even, whereas Owen Power had 4 goals and 22 assists even, you know, so it kind of flips itself. It's similar seasons, are both good, but Owen Power, we know, is a first overall high-end pick. We know this. He's 6'6". He's a freak at 6'6", and we have to get him locked in. If Sanderson's making $8 million, we can't expect him to take under 8 now. We just can't. So we're going to have to think about locking him in. This is what I propose to you guys. What is the right number? Dahlin, hypothetically, let's say he makes 10.5. What are we looking at for Power? I say 9. I say 9. He's got to make more than this guy. We know this. He's got to make more than this guy. Or does he have to? I doubt he's going to. I was hoping he would take a contract for like 8.5. I don't know now with that long-term deal that Sanderson just got. And this is the worst thing that can happen, guys, is that these guys and other teams get contracts, some of them silly contracts, because Sanderson's kind of a silly contract, 4 goals, and the guy's making like $8 million a year. Like, you know what I mean? But I get it. They're paying the potential over in Ottawa is what they're doing. I would say that, believe it or not, the Sanderson contract's not really a bad contract. If I was going to say it's a bad contract, there's other ones, you know, on their team that I would say is a bad contract. But this one, hey, look, if we can get him locked in for 9, what do you guys think with that? We got to get these contracts done. This is our Stanley Cup blue line, the way I'm seeing it, guys. You know, I'm just checking over in Ottawa. Shabbat, I know, makes 8, right? He makes 8. Where is he? Where is Ottawa? Oh my goodness, they're really up there, right? They don't got much cap space at all. Keep in mind, Ottawa have 20 guys signed and they have no cap space. And this extension doesn't even kick into next year. We're doing a lot better with the money than they are, guys, when it comes to spreading it properly. Okay, so Shabbat makes 8. Way overpaid. Way overpaid. Stützle, 8.35. The Ottawa fans will say that's a team-friendly deal. Is it? I say Tage Thompson's a team-friendly deal. Not, would you guys trade Tage Thompson for Tim Stützle? No, we wouldn't, right? No. And we're getting Tage for 7.1. We're getting Dylan Cousins for 7.1. You got Brady Tkachuk, 8.2. Yes, he's worth that. That guy's worth that. That is a stud and a half. And Josh Norris overpaid at 7.9 as well. I know he had a 140-goal season, but it's a lot. It's a lot to just say here, you know? Like, we signed, he got signed the same time around Tage did, and we got Tage for less still. So I guess you can argue it both ways. You know, Tage Thompson to me is, I probably wouldn't trade him for any forward on this team. That's how much I believe in Tage Thompson now, guys. We have to look at the contract of if we're going to talk about Dahlin and Dahlin signed, we know this is the next one. We don't want this lingering all year. We don't want to have what Maple Leafs have when their player, you guys see the distraction it causes. No, let's get Owen Power locked in now. You know, I see some Sabres fans online saying they're not locking him into next year. Please show me a link where it says that, please, because I haven't seen that anywhere. I think we're going to get him locked in. And I hate to say it, guys, I think it's going to be something like $9 million. I just do. So we're looking at almost $20 million for these two guys, and that's a lot of money. That's a lot. We're going to have to. And the reason I'm doing this on on this video, guys, is because you remember the last few times I did it, it worked, right? So let's see if I can get. If I can get one more time, I was targeting the youth, wasn't it? Where I was talking about like the Dylan Cousins contract and the Samuelson. Yeah, it was on this video. I think it was. I forget. Let's get it done. Let's get both these guys locked in. Let's finish the summer off with a bang and get these guys locked in and see where the money's really at. We need to know where the money's really at, guys. We can't just close that up. We can't just say, okay, lock them in. It doesn't matter how much. I suggest you do math if you think that. No, because you have to take into consideration all sorts of things. And people say like what? Well, JJ Peterka, Quinn, all these guys in the future. How are we going to lock them in if we have no money? So we have to be smart with the money, but we also have to be realistic with what we're paying. It's a catch-22 is what I'm saying. So hopefully, guys, I'm hoping 9 with Owen Power. You know, I'm kind of giving in a little because these are two studs. What can Owen Power become? We don't know. And I've seen some, well, no, I think it was 1 or 2 of you. I think you've been on my channel talking about comparing him to Tyler Myers. Stop, please stop. Stop. Don't go there. Don't make yourself suffer for nothing. No. Tyler Myers was, it was a high draft. He looked great in his rookie year, and his career just kind of went like this. He looked pretty good with Winnipeg in the playoffs that year, I will say, though, when Winnipeg went to the Final Four. I think it was 2018. He looked good in that playoff run. He did. But he's not Tyler Myers, guys. He's, Owen Power is first overall pick. This is a serious, serious stud. And he's calm as anything out there, this guy. I think he'll get a little more physical as he gets older. All of it changes, but what if he becomes a stud? Then what are we paying? We're not paying 9. We're paying like 11. You'll have to make more than Darlene. I don't want that. Leaving it there because I get stressed. I'm leaving it there. All right, guys, done for the night. I'm going to get these 2 out to you. I'll see you soon. Have a good one.